beside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go? just escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go? I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go?
Oh, okay. It should be better right now.
Hello, hello.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, we just should be better right newly now. Started. I hope you can hear us. I want to see a plus in the chat on YouTube if you can hear us. Okay, great. Okay. So you have seen Charlotte 2 times already.
Well, I need to suffer in the episode in 7 where the sad all stuff happens. So yeah,
Yeah, seventh episode is very hard, and so is episode 11. I mean, this anime is not like the kids anime by any
I,
chance.
but I thought for before 7 episode, I thought it's gonna be like it's not gonna bad happen or something like that. You know.
Yeah, you have a feeling like everything's fine and the atmosphere is chilling and nice. I have another comment here. So I started reading what you guys wrote in the A class. So we have read about the miniskirts problem by Lorder.
It's not a problem.
I mean, it was a problem to him because he couldn't concentrate on the plot, and now we're gonna read another one. So, Ladislav wrote, I can say I was pleasantly surprised how familiar this little story was. For all its flaws, the anime really catches me, evoking both warm and depressive emotions. So he says that this anime is very dynamic and there are many puzzles and emotions along the way. So he also thinks the story isn't original. Well, I think that as a wise person has been saying, the story isn't created. The story isn't written. It's being rewritten all the time. So there is no new story in the world. I think at some point we are just repeating everything. And even with Code Geass, for example, which is, quite an original story, I think that once again they're still like redoing Shakespeare. And yeah, Charlotte reminds me of Code Geass with its main character, but it also reminds me a little bit of the third season. Yeah, a little bit of the third season of JoJo, because of the Stardust.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So, just in my opinion, I can't compare Charlotte to that.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're different, but in terms of the plot, I think, you know, it's interesting now how JoJo has so many special powers that they're gaining and how the humanity adapts to the new forms of life, the new powerful forms of life, and creating enough countermeasures with those JoJo with stand abilities. And it's similar to Charlotte, how the comet is just flying by and the humanity is developing in reaction to that, and there are kids all over the world with superpowers. So, to my opinion, the plot is somewhat similar here. And let's continue reading. Not enough Muda. Well, if we have a separate anime of the week someday about JoJo, then we're gonna have enough of that.
Ooh, nice. I want yo-yo.
Okay, maybe we will vote in that. We will vote for that anime someday. And let's see about the protagonist. It's strange that he changes from a scoundrel to a good guy as by a click just because he was caught. I would like to see more meaningful path to correction. So I have a moment when I believe that the main character, when he's alone, that he switches to that, bad personalities in some way. We see three. yeah, 3 times in the beginning because he was living alone, only with his sister. Then we have another moment is when Ayumi dies, and he once again throws himself off the cliff.
Um, yeah, yeah.
And there's a third one when he's left alone with so many superpowers and he starts to believe that he's a god.
He has this power to collect all the power from the people.
Yeah, the plunder, I think, is its name. So I think just you shouldn't leave this guy alone because he just starts to go off the wrong direction. And now it watches over him that really saves the guy. So I don't think it was like a quick change for the better. I think it was rather like he was put to a straight path, but it wasn't an immediate change. It took him a while. And if you have a TV, if you can, kill the sound.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. And so we have is the family element. The prophet says that it is the family element. Uh, yeah, I mean, the family is unique because there's, first of all, there are such intense superpowers going on there. The oldest one, Shunsuke, has time leap, Yu has plunder, and Ayumi has that collapse. Collapse. It's just, yeah. They have very, very strong superpowers, and that leads them to have so much responsibility, and Ayumi and Yu are not ready for it. And as for Shunsuke, I will have something to say about Shunsuke later because I don't think he was completely prepared to lead the Syndicate either. But that's my opinion, of course.
Well, you talk about that. He sacrificed for that.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself, but then again, he couldn't, deal with the crisis when it came. That's why the episode 11, 10, 11, and up to the ending, they're so hard to take. At some point, Shunsuke should have sacrificed Furuki's family. There was just either his family or it would be so many kids that he's protecting, that Syndicate is protecting. So if
But I got surprised about that the first time I watched it. I didn't know he has another brother. Like his brother has the
yeah,
power to erase everything.
he can just undo stuff. And that's so cool. I kind of wonder if the main character is, if he's gonna time leap too much, if he would start losing his sight as well.
Yeah, but this is the consequence about his power.
Yeah.
The more he uses it, he gets blind.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the only thing about the pro Charlotte. You use the power, but there's gonna be consequence about that. You don't have all the power.
That's why the main character always says like, well, it's not a good ability. It's once again a half-made ability.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna finish reading this. So, and yes, Charlotte, Vladislav is writing. Throughout the anime, you're waiting for this character, Charlotte, wondering who it can be to find out in the end that it is just a comet. Okay, so I have a comment here in the chat. If I was Shunsuke, I would waste all my powers in order to rewatch the stream over and over again. Oh, thank you.
Oh, nice. That was good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's sign for you.
Oh, that's heartwarming. This is not a bad thing, of course. I mean, the fact that Charlotte is a comment, but the authors are still trolls. 7 Code Geass out of 10 Death Notes. Okay,
Mm.
this is a good review. Okay, and there's just some stuff that I wrote. You can join a class and read it if you want. Let's see who else. Okay, so Potato is writing, "Hey guys, the prophet is speaking, but we can't hear you for some reason."
That's because I'm not speaking.
All right. Well, then welcome.
He was listening. He was listening.
So Potato is writing, "Hey guys, I finally watched it. I like the story itself. It was very interesting, and the MC likes to abuse his ability like a lot." Shall we talk about that moment when the main character almost took the power of one of the student council members because he didn't want him to come to visit his sister?
Well, he was forced to join them.
No, I mean, there was like that guy who's constantly breaking his head and getting lots of injuries, and they wanted to.
Oh, the teleporting guy.
Yeah, the teleportation.
It's not. He was moving fast, right?
Yeah. So there was that awesome moment when the main character thinks to himself that he shouldn't allow that teleportation guy to visit Ayumi.
All right, all right. His name is Joshiro.
Joshua?
Yeah.
All right. And so he thinks of, taking control of Joshua for 5 seconds, but in the end, he doesn't know that he has plunder and he would just take his ability to teleport. So now
Oh.
he immediately interferes.
Oh, all right. Let me talk about his power. Hold on. He has the power. I don't know. He's not like a teleport. He can move so fast, but he can't stop. He need to crash or crush to someone or something to stop.
Exactly. This is once
So-
again a half-made power.
So what is these powers can work out? He can work like in race or something like that, but he need to crush to to stop and hurt himself. That's not the kind of power I don't want.
Bleeding all the time for the sandwiches.
Well, I mean, he did get that sick healing power, so it worked out in the end.
Oh, I mean, I think he just trained his body a lot. Maybe he.
Oh well, yeah. He's training. He was he say we look at he trained his body for use his power.
Oh yeah, and then he got that body armor to help with the lacerations he incurred. Let's not forget he survived that kick out the window by
Yeah,
Oh,
that's exactly
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about. But now
Yeah.
just pushed him off the window so the main character doesn't take over his power. Because you didn't know that he has plunder. He was just trying to get the teleporting guy out of visiting Ayumi.
Mhm.
Yeah, so let's continue reading with the potato. I gotta say, everyone in Charlotte seems awesome and interesting. I think all of their own abilities matches with their personalities, especially with the main character.
Oh yeah. Let me say something about the powers too. I don't know. He is okay to change that. He's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. There's another guy. His name is Kumagami. You know that? You know that?
Yeah, Pooh character.
Yeah. He's really had cool power to detect where's all these guys with power. He needs to wet himself. So he's going to the map and then he can locate the guy with the power.
Yeah, he was locating people on the map. The most interesting part of that was that both Shunsuke and you at some point knew that he was going to come. So that guy is doomed to be surprised every now and then.
Yeah.
Because people know he's gonna come. Let's see what we have here. when I was around episode 6, 8, it kind of felt boring. But I still kept watching because I know it'll get interesting soon. I like the way they introduced to us all their special abilities. I thought it was really epic. And I have to say, the protagonist had some great character development throughout the series, and I like that. So, we have different
Oh,
opinions here about the character development.
no, let me say, it's not like it kind of turned boring or something like that during seven or eight episode. He was in depression, let down because his sister died. You know that.
Yeah, I also think that. One second. There you go. The chat wasn't updating. I also think. I forgot what I was saying. Literally. Anyways. Yeah, the main character development. So, this guy just goes up and down all the time. So he goes through some changes, but it takes time. So when you have like a nasty habit and you try to change that, and it doesn't happen in one day, but it looks like you're trying your best to change, and then you roll back a little bit, and then you're trying again, and it happens that you have your ups and downs before you overcame that. And I think with the main character it is the same here.
He goes to rampage mode.
Mm. The most boring episode for me was when Eucerin had her own clip, like music video.
Oh, the music video.
Oh God, yes.
For me, it was just boring, and they rewatched it like 13 times because of
Yes,
the teleporting guy.
he was like the episode, by the way.
9th episode, so we were like hinted that it was episode 9, like the most boring episode for me personally.
Yes, he
Oh,
was like it, by the way.
overall, Charlotte was great, and I loved it. All right, and I think this is it for your opinions in the chat. It's quiet. Is it still quiet?
That was at the beginning of all this.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
The stream or the countdown ended, and there was a however long delay, and then the names popped up from Discord chat on screen,
Yeah.
and then we couldn't hear it.
So I gotta ask you, Prophet, about the ending. How
Hmm.
you felt about that?
Oh shoot. Oh, okay. Let me say about this. He got all this power, but his brain couldn't take all that power. So the only way to get rid all the power is to, I don't know, he raised all his memory because of that. So yeah, I cried because he couldn't remember all that. He forget all his friend, and now that he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, I think for a 50-year-old as he was, there was too much of a responsibility.
So the ending, basically, he went under a lot of psychological and physical stress, which, combined with all that power, basically gave him amnesia because his mind couldn't handle all of it.
Well, he became the most powerful man, collecting all the power.
And he
Even he
suffered because of it.
yeah, but that was the object. That was the main object. Collect all the power from all the kids around the world. So then
Yes.
they're gonna be all they couldn't be more of that.
The interesting part is, could Kumagami's death be avoided?
Well,
Which one
yeah,
was that?
Kuma,
Was
Kumagami
Kumagami.
is the Pooh.
Pooh okay?
Yeah.
Well, he could have used his power to uh, go back to time so he can prevent that happen. But he
Yeah, but he
could,
lost his ability when that Gao cut his eye. You
yeah.
have to have both healthy eyes to do that.
And
He
then he
he
got the healing power.
Yeah, but he think about it and he said no. I forget about that. He said something like, "No, I can't." I don't know what was the reason.
So for me personally, there's like a bunch of things that I think could really change this ending. And first of all is Shunsuke not letting Furuki's family to join this Furuki to join the syndicate because of his family. Because this was the thing that caused all of this, partially.
No, the cause of it was a little jealous girl.
So like Furuki is the driver, and he
Hmm.
betrayed because his family was taken hostage. And Shunsuke, who is like the older brother, says, I knew he had a family, and we had a rule that no people with families, but I let him join anyway. So that was his mistake.
Yeah, because once you get to know a person, you come to love them as family.
At some
So in a
point, yeah.
sense, he was just keeping his family close, I guess.
I mean, there was some feeling to like protect the guy, and he didn't want to leave him alone. But as a result, he endangered the whole syndicate.
I mean, we don't even know if maybe he ran through this scenario countless times, going back and forth with his time travel ability.
Yeah, but he used it over and over to because of that he kept running. He could have used it one more time maybe,
I
but
mean, well, once you've lived basically countless lifetimes with the same people, they become your family. So
Mm,
maybe that's why he just kept him.
just couldn't force himself to. But
Right.
on the other side, there was the academy, and he could have, put Furuki in the academy at some point.
yeah. Let me ask you one thing. If you had in the Charlotte, what power you could have? I would want the invisible from Tomori.
Oh, you want Tomori's power of invisibility?
Oh yeah. No, she threw him too much to the main character using his power, her power.
I think that use power is the most strong one. So
Want to shoot the correct or possess people?
yeah, I think it kept use power to the plunder. But once again, you're gonna consider what is the price of having each power, and at some point you don't know until you have it. The prof-
Yes,
the prophet, it's
the prophets
choose your power.
has. Yeah, prophet, use the power.
I don't want one.
He's already the prophet. He's already seen the past and the future, but especially the present.
Maybe
And
he
it's
already
so
saw it.
depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Lord.
oh, wow.
I'm joking. No, I think when you add the hormones of being a teenager and suddenly getting a superpower, it's gonna mess with a kid, and that's probably why the main character acted out the way that they did. Versus, you see the students that grew up with the academy, they had a grounding, whereas the main character did not, and that's why you see him acting out.
It's just a lot of power for one kid, and he's just 15 years old.
And I don't know if you guys remember what you were like at 15 years old, but I certainly wouldn't need a power.
Oh, the power of the anime. Give it a power to 50-year-old teenager. Then go rampage mode.
Okay. So we have discussed about one. Okay, so we have discussed about Furuki, but even if that happened, let's go about the strategy. Let's talk about whether we should, whether the syndicate should have sent you into that, building and let him deal with the foreigners.
Yeah.
Because I believe at some point this is just the worst decision you could possibly make at
Well,
this
they
situation.
they 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 got Tomori, and Kumamori.
Tamara was kidnapped by that point.
Yeah.
Okay, the prophet, what's you were trying to say?
Oh, I had nothing to say. I mean, the whole situation was stupid. The kid had overconfidence, and everybody in the compound was like, "Yeah, go for it," instead of actually coming up with a decent plan.
Yeah, I
But
just felt
again,
the same way.
they're kids, minus the brother who's lived a lifetime already at that point by going back and forth in time.
Yeah, the brother was an adult in kids' clothing.
But you would have think that he would have known better.
Yes, this is exactly where my disappointment with Shunsuke lies. Because right here, like his brother is unreliable enough, and you can clearly see that. I mean, he was just scared of going there, and they kind of forced him to do it. But hello, Tasha, welcome. So he was forced to join this whole idea, and they didn't have a B plan. Like, as in his share, there was a joke like we need a B plan and the C plan, and we need a bigger alphabet. So they needed at least a B and a C plan.
Yeah, but they were overconfident, thinking, "Oh, well, he can just travel through time if something goes wrong."
I think that this is interesting because Shunsuke actually didn't make the call. Like he almost didn't decide on anything. There
Yeah,
was the moment when, let me like find the name of that guy. They were like a team, and there was that like the blonde guy, and he was constantly like yelling and stuff.
yeah.
So we had a situation when he was the one who actually proposed the plan, and Shunsuke just said, "Yes, let's do that." And that was the craziest idea like I've ever heard.
That was running out of time. That was running out of time.
I mean, not particularly because
I
you
mean,
had
yeah, you could just travel back in time to make more time.
Oh
sure.
yeah, travel back in time over and over until you get blind. Okay.
It's okay. They'll just pull some Naruto stuff, steal some lines, do it all over again.
So yeah, you just have to think of a strategy. And
No,
Shunsuke,
but wait a second. He was gonna use his power, but he got attacked to one of to his eyes. So
well, let's like remember that you is not a soldier. Like he isn't trained. He's bad at dealing with stressful situations. So theoretically, yes, and that would be a perfect decision. But practically, also at some point, Kumagami needed to just call Shunsuke, and he refused to do that. Then Shunsuke refused to act. Then you wasn't prepared, and this is how a catastrophe happened. All right, let me say that. So we have like a bunch of mistakes. Like there is a saying that a catastrophe is a result of many missed out details. And this was the moment when First Shunsuke let the Furuki in, then Kumagami didn't call Shunsuke when he was kidnapped, which is result in the foreigners knowing everything about you, and then they sent you without backup, which is weird. I'm really thinking here of an ambush on that building. In any case, they shouldn't have let you being there alone. Alright. So I gotta another and I gotta ask you another question, which is a favorite waifu talk actually.
Oh, now we are talking about that.
Oh, what have you done?
I have just started something, didn't I? Yeah, so who's the best waifu in Charlotte? And I want you guys in the chat vote. Just write down the name in YouTube chat as well. I'm reading that.
So, hold on, Tina. Who is your favorite waifu?
I don't have a favorite waifu. I can only have a favorite husband though.
Husband of that.
So, okay, you go first.
Okay.
Pooh would have been my favorite husband, though.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say my favorite waifu is Kurobane Misa.
Okay. Okay.
Hey. Maybe, yeah, she's dead, but she appeared like a ghost, so.
Oh, she's awesome. She's also tough.
Don't forget about her, too. Don't forget about the sisters.
Yeah. Misa is like a girl who had the flame power,
Yeah,
the igniting powers.
that's his. What is it? Sundari or whatever. Sundari. That's his Sundari girlfriend.
Okay, I think we have a lot of sundaris. We have the first girlfriend that you has, saved at the first series, at the first episodes, and then we have Tomori, who's also a tsundere with her not happening phrases.
I wouldn't say the first one was. I think she was just a regular person. Who would want to go out of their way to meet up with somebody that they just met?
I mean, they were in the same school, and then he just saved her life. So
I wouldn't care if somebody did that. It's like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. I mean, I could never repay it, but why would I want to drive 300 miles to go visit you at some middle of nowhere school? And you're not going to
Oh.
make an attempt to even come see me or meet me halfway?
Oh.
I
That's
mean,
that's kind of one way.
Oh. Shoot fire, Tina. Respond to
but
that.
on the other
Tell me the
side,
truth.
she did came eventually when he was in trouble. I mean, at that point, it was
No,
obvious that the guy cannot visit her for some reason, and he just cannot say that.
they literally said she was brought there. They asked her to come. That's the only reason she showed up.
Yeah. No. I mean, I have a feeling like she liked the main character, but she wasn't like ready to go as much as, take the initiative at that situation. And we also have Tomori, who's like an obvious tsundere here.
I just want to say first something. I think you was the first tsundere also.
You mean you like the main character?
Yeah, make the you was the tsundere.
Yeah, I guess they're worthy of each other.
The
So
prophet know about that.
in the chat, people saying Tomori, you Otosaka is the best waifu. Then Tomori is the best. Okay. And then they're questioning your Misa choice.
Okay,
Like,
he's a male culture.
so what do you think? Like Misa is the best.
I mean, Misa did everything to protect her sister in the first place. He was like possess her sister, and uh, mm, she was protected all the time. So for me, that was really nice for her because she couldn't pass away yet. She was there, watching her sister, take care of her.
Mm. So I mean, she's harsh on others, but eventually she she has a nice heart and she really cares about her sister, her parents. At some point, I remember when Tomori came back from bullying, then Misa immediately jumped in. Was like, "Who are we going to hurt?"
Yeah.
She was just that protecting girl. Okay, what?
Oh Lord. She was a really sweet girl. She just had that mean front. That scene where they went out and did the eating of the food, and she
Mm.
critiqued her parents' meal. You can just get this food anywhere, but it's full of love.
Yeah, but that is her way of sharing her love, and she's honest. She honestly thinks that this is an average meal, and yet it is the memory. I think Charlotte is a very food related anime with what Ayumi did for her brother, that sweet pizza sauce all the way,
Gosh.
and how it
Yes.
reminds him, and then it reminds him of all the happy times and his childhood.
Siscon. Siscon.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, on the other side, Misa has the same moment when the food is actually the thing that is the best memory and feeling from her childhood.
Regarding the pizza sauce, I can't remember, but wasn't that based off a recipe that Yu's mother used to make, and
Yeah.
she was trying to recreate it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was
Sir, are
little.
you in a church right now? Because that echo.
JR, that's a question for you.
Hmm.
Don't know.
That is a huge echo.
Can you do the
I hear,
Halo theme?
I hear the echo, but I don't know where it's that. So.
Oh.
He's ascended to godhood. I have brought forth our Lord.
Uh,
Bro, you're gonna be
Okay,
rough.
back on topic.
yeah, back on pizza sauce topic. So I think you was little and he really liked that pizza sauce. So it's, like little kids like everything sweet.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and eventually he grew up, and you can see how much. I mean, you appears as like he's a real jerk in the first episode, but when you really think about, he shows so much love for Ayumi when he doesn't tell her that he hates every single dish that she makes with that pizza sauce.
Oh yeah. That's his character. He loves his family beyond anything, but once he's away, he can start being selfish, and that's why you see that perverted antics and him trying to quote prove himself to be the best of the best. I
Yeah.
don't I
Mhm.
don't think he had parents, did he? He didn't show any.
Uh,
No, 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 no,
he
no,
said in the
no.
first episode that he's still angry at his mother because she got a divorce and that she transferred her rights, her parental rights, to their uncle. And
Okay.
uncle sent them ramen.
So basically, he had no structure in his life, and he was trying to make something out of nothing, and
Yeah.
that's why his character went towards that little dark path, if you would.
I mean, he was all alone and without an older brother, so racked up memories, superpowers,
Hmm.
broken family, betrayed, parents who betrayed. Yeah, it was a harsh life, and the way that kids can live alone in Japan, I don't know if that's a total fantasy of that is really true, but it doesn't benefit them in any way.
Well, they weren't alone. You know what I mean? They had the structure of a parental figure, but nobody's gonna actually go to their house and check up on it. And I think that's why it was.
Oh yeah. I mean, their uncle lived somewhere far away, so there was no way he could have influenced them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called suspended belief.
Suspended belief?
Yeah, it's a term like for if you watch a movie, you're going to suspend any belief of reality and be within the show itself.
Well, yeah, yeah. So I think it's a fantasy right there. But on the other side, there are many families who are like living together, but they have nothing in common. Like those people don't even know much about each other. And it's a common story in Japan. That's that thing I have heard of. So it's like they're having family. Well, we can relate, Death Note is relatable here. Like Light is living there, and his father is literally trying to catch Kira, and they don't spend time together so much that Kira and Kira's catcher live under the same roof.
Kira is the god.
All right. Yeah.
Pro,
So
Prophet Jonas.
we have also two people. Suspension. Okay, suspension of disbelief, sometimes called willing suspension of disbelief, is an intentional avoidance of critical thinking or logic in examining something surreal, such as work of spectacular fiction, in order to believe it for sake of enjoyment. So
Ta-da!
we are abandoning critical thinking for the sake of enjoyment. Everyone on this server is a critical thinker. How can we abandon that?
Am I? Let me go check.
Yeah, everyone is. I mean, otherwise you
Oh,
wouldn't be able to
let
create.
me fix that real quick.
You would. No,
I'm just gonna.
I don't think you
Uh,
can. Ah, now you can.
I got to now.
So
I need to create a new role, uncritical thinker.
don't you dare.
That's no fun.
Uncritical thinker. Oh gosh. So we have two people with disabilities in this anime, which makes it great, right? And we also have Nao's, Tomori's older brother. So
I'm horrible with names.
I don't know his name either.
Who?
Tomori's older brother.
I There's an owl in the chat.
Um, let's see Tomori's brother. Let me Google that. But
Ah, Tomori brother.
yeah. So Kazuki Tomori is the older brother.
I swear we just need to get a list next time.
A list of names. But I
Yeah, we're
mean,
gonna do.
if I
We're gonna
think,
be professional here.
oh yeah, But I
We
mean,
need
with
one
the
professional.
My Hero Academia that we're watching next week, you need a long list, if I remember correctly.
Wait,
Oh,
that got chosen?
You get chosen. What?
yeah, it was chosen. So, Prophet, get ready to see the future because we're gonna need all your
All your
help.
prophecies.
Wait, what? Oh, wow, that won by a landslide. I
So,
have not watched that actually.
have you looked up the vote section? The next anime of the week is My Hero Academia.
I
It's
I
like,
know, that's why I said that won by a landslide.
He has four. The anime has four seasons. Four seasons with 3 seasons with 25 episodes. So yeah.
we are just watching right now 12 episodes or 13 episodes. I think the first season, I was told, is 13 episodes, so we're gonna watch that. And the rest is up to you.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that.
Unless it gets voted for again.
Don't worry. We're gonna vote for JoJo or most parent. We're gonna vote for the day.
I mean, it depends of what the B class is gonna choose soon. It's gonna
Yep.
depend on that a lot. And I'm gonna
And
suggest some hyping titles there. Not gonna spoil what it's gonna be, but
we'll start compiling that list this Friday.
yeah, sure. Yeah. So, just so you know, the Prophet is our chair of the B class, like the chair, the president.
Don't sit
And
on me.
so eventually he's going to lead you through the B class, and yeah, he's gonna be in charge of everything. Then
I'm so sorry, everybody.
we will all be sorry very soon if something goes wrong.
We are so sorry.
We believe in you. We believe in you.
All right,
Anyway,
what's next on our list?
what's next on our list? I
Catching
mean,
Yep.
waifus.
people with disabilities. So we have two
Yes.
people who are blind. I think it's convenient, and they're all very good people.
I
Okay,
only knew
see
the
you later.
one.
Good luck. So we have this girl who's singing for the band, right?
Oh, yes, I remember.
She is blind. And this is an interesting fact because she also says she traded her sight for the ability to be popular and sing. And this is an interesting one because Shunsuke has traded his ability to his sight for the ability to go back in time. Tap tap tap. I thought the Prophet's gonna say something and he's just quietly tapping on the keyboard.
I am researching here.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, that's very admirable. Let's see what's. She wasn't an ability wielder.
No. Something about trading her soul to the devil or her sight to the devil.
Okay, her name is Sala Shane. Because
wait,
apparently
what?
this is how Japanese people think the foreigners naming themselves.
Oh, yeah. Her little brother was kidnapped when she found her wealth and fame the first time around.
Yeah.
Mm.
So here's the name. Sala Shane is the name of that singer, and it's incredible how much she can understand you, like depending on his voice tone, depending on how he sighs. That's an incredible hearing she's got there. Also, I think like we have the main sense, and I'm gonna ask you what's your main sense at some point. But basically, if she was relying on her sight a lot before, then when she lost it, like more than 80% of her senses, it was the hearing. And I think this could be the secret how she got better, because she said she traded, like God has taken her side, and she received this popularity, and she wasn't good before. Like when she was singing before, she wasn't as good, and it could be the reason she lost her sight and she started to hear so many things. And we see that with you because she's just walking along with him and she hears so many stuff that's happening with him on the emotional level. So, do you know what is your main sense? Like, what do you rely upon the most?
I think in our line of work that we've been doing, it's mostly sight.
Oh, okay. So,
Well, I mean, you can read human emotions that way. You figure that in off of sense of sound as well, and you kind of get a feel of somebody that way.
yeah, but you can also like hear a lie or smell, when something's cooking,
Well, yeah, but
Oh, that's like Bruno Bucciarati when he licked Giovanna's sweat.
Taste of a
So,
liar. The taste of a liar.
that's what I.
what?
You
in the
haven't seen
world?
JoJo?
No, I haven't.
Okay, then
Just
Okay.
prepare because it's gonna be bizarre.
oh, ha ha ha.
Don't worry, Prophet.
I
It's not a gay anime. It's a hetero anime. So
all I had to see was the scene with the guy with the cherry, and I was like, "Yep, I'm good."
I love that one.
oh
Little.
Kakyo in the Hunter myth.
Little. I mean that character is awesome. I kind of
Y'all are
loved all
dorks.
those cherry scenes. Uh, I mean, everyone has his or her little like hobbies. This guy is a cherry guy.
Oh no, don't worry about
He's
that.
just into the cherries a lot. You're not gonna eat the cherry. I
It's
think
so
it's too
crazy
late.
how good you can do it.
No, it's so crazy. How can do posts like we couldn't reach.
I think it's too late to warn about the spoilers from all the other animes that we have discussed here.
The post is important.
Now, what is that?
No, post is important. You know, post.
Oh, pause. Stand. Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways. So, we have that similarity between Sala. I don't know how to pronounce that name correctly. Salashane?
solid Shane. Yes.
Yes. And Shunsuke, since they have both traded their side. And it's interesting, I think we can note how authors sometimes are repeating, so they have some sort of idea in their head, and they repeat it throughout the moments. Like, at some point, we can see that authors believe, like, all the main characters are blonde, or all the main characters are short, some sort of similarities that they tend to repeat themselves throughout the series.
Hey,
Yeah?
but let me say something about that. But Cheesecake, he couldn't he couldn't use his power. Well, he chose to use his power whatever he wants. So that was the consequence. He getting blind. So
Yeah. I mean, we don't know, like, we know how Shunsuke lost his sight, and that was like a flaw of his power, but we don't know how Sala gained her singing abilities, like, why she became so good. And we don't know what exactly happened. Was it that she lost her sight first, and then, I have a theory that I just told you? about that she gained her abilities eventually, like not a Charlotte abilities, just a good singing voice in exchange, after she lost her sight. Or maybe it was the other way around. What was that trait with gods? We will never know. WA Works is a great studio. They always have this deep and meaningful conversation, and life sometimes is not easy, and they're not afraid to show that.
Amen.
So, as you know, they have also created Angel Beats and Charlotte.
No, no, don't, no, 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 no. Hold on. NGBs. Ah,
Yeah, you have
that
seen that?
destroyed my cooker. That destroyed my cooker, though.
Yeah. So
What?
they Angel Beats is an anime. Wait, I think you have
Yeah, I've
seen
seen
it.
it.
You've seen it. So everyone have seen it. So they have, the similar hard life experience over there. And this is what WA Works is all about, and good music. And they have
Maybe you know, maybe you don't expect something. Maybe you expect, like, oh, look at this anime in the first episode. You look at a comedy anime. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Then after 7 episodes, oh crap.
yeah. And if you're talking Angel Beats, the first episode, like, prove to me that I'm alive. Prove to me what was that? Prove to me that I'm dead, I think. Oh, okay.
Oh crap.
And here it goes. Here we go. A huge mess, a huge nightmare. Yeah. So, anyways, that was the discussion of Charlotte. I think we should wrap this up by this moment. It's been exactly 1 hour of our stream. I gotta thank you so much, The Prophet and JR, for participating in this one.
Thank you, thank
What's
you.
so funny?
Yeah, why is so funny?
I'll tell you later.
uh, okay.
Don't you judge me.
No,
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
sincerely thanking you for coming, and you're like laughing your heart out.
I was not laughing my heart out. You would know if I was laughing my heart.
Okay, okay. So I guess like it's a prophecy that we will still hear that one day, right?
Oh yeah, you will know.
We will know. All right.
You will know. I
Okay.
can't explain it.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Calm
So
down, Jr.
thank you everyone for participating, and all the people who got the badges, Potato, Lorder, Vlad, and people who participated in our YouTube chat. So we're gonna have a next anime of the week next Sunday at midnight. So
Yeah,
That's
midnight.
that's Sunday, not Monday.
yeah, not Monday like today. It's gonna be Sunday midnight, like a night between a Saturday and Sunday. How do you say that properly? Eastern time.
Uh, I just gonna want to catch a waifu.
Okay.
Well, you just go to the proper channel and do that.
Yeah, gotta find
Okay.
yourself a nice waifu. And yeah, the next stream, and we're gonna be discussing. Oh, we're actually gonna be. What are we gonna be discussing? No,
Um,
wait. We are not having a stream next week because there will be no anime finished by that time. But usually we will have an anime of the week each week. We have an A class, and My Hero Academia is starting. You can join Discord at any time, enroll in class, and watch anime of the week with us. Leave your opinion and get a special badge.
oh, I can tell you everything about My Hero Academia or the Promising Neverland.
Okay, but
Please talk
careful.
about that.
Careful, no spoilers yet. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Anyways, this was just a dry run, so just figuring it all out.
Yeah, it's just starting.
That
This is like the first stream in my life.
that's the reason
Yeah.
why we won't have one next week. So But after
Hey,
that,
hey, that was my first too. Take it easy. Be responsible about that, dude.
Was it your first stream, The Prophet?
uh, I have no idea.
You prophet.
I mean, on YouTube, sure.
Okay, you've seen the
Oh,
past
okay.
so many times that you cannot, know for sure if that was your first stream. Or like Shunsuke.
Well, this is the first time my voice has appeared on YouTube. How about that?
This is my
Oh,
this is my second time my voice appear in YouTube.
great. It sounds awesome. So we're starting a little nice atmosphere here.
Yeah, we
Meanwhile,
need.
you
Yeah,
got my little anime person shrugging on screen talking for me. So it's like, okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna need Potato and Brad to be here. I need them to control you.
Oh, so you're trying, we need potato next week? I think we
I'm
do.
gonna. Yeah, we need Potato so we can control Prophet.
What?
That that doesn't work. You saw how that happened on Saturday.
I don't think this is how it works.
I've been good, thank you. I have been
Hey,
participating.
Yeah,
hey.
you have.
I be in good behavior.
I'm not using my godly voice like you are, so
I be in good behavior all the week. I haven't talked about my waifu,
Hmm.
so
yeah, no, never
Okay.
mind. We'll talk about that after stream.
Alright, okay. It's time to wrap this up and make sure to participate. I have link to the Discord in the description. Join anytime and see you guys later.
bye
Bye.
bye.